I collapsed to the floor in pain. "Honey, call the ambulance," I blurted out to my wife. As I lay on the floor, I looked at the photo of our children on the table. I remembered thinking that this might be the last minute I see them. My wife ran to my side. I thank God to this day that she was home. She dialed 911 and checked my blood sugar. It was at 380, and I was having a heart attack. I knew I only had minutes before it would be too late. Just minutes. My wife, Melanie, was on the phone with the emergency room and quickly got the insulin. Thoughts raced through my head as stabbing pains pierced my chest. The next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital with a doctor looking straight at me, my wife sitting by my side, tears streaming down her cheeks, my children standing near, looking at a father they have never seen before. I was diabetic and just had a heart attack, and I felt weaker and more helpless than I ever did in my entire life. What I didn't know is that 65% of diabetics die from heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. And the risk of heart disease death and strokes are twice as high in people with diabetes. "You could have died today," the doctor said kindly, looking at me and my family. "If you don't change something, you will have another heart attack in a month." I didn't want to believe it. I love my wife and children, and my dream was to hike the Grand Canyon one day. I remember laying there in tears and thinking about my family. This could have been my end, fading into a darkness forever, no longer able to see the beautiful smiles on my children's and grandchildren's face, not seeing them grow up, get married, or start their own families. As I lay there in the cool hospital room, I felt scared and ashamed like never in my life. I could have done something sooner, I thought to myself. I would have left my family alone without support or love. Having my wife and children go through unbearable pain to bury their father and husband, just that thought alone made me even more scared. How could I do this to them, I thought. I turned to them and brought them close. I was still weak, but I remember some strength returning to me as nurses and doctors passed by our open door. I had IVs in my arm, and I was weak, tired, and ashamed. I never thought this could happen to me, but it was real. The heart attack was real. The hospital